Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Travis, aka T1.
This your girl DJ Baby Blue Diamond, and you tune into. Well, you ask. I don't even know what's funny, but it's funny. Life is funny.
Life good as shit right now.
Yeah, man. So how was your week?
My week was good. My week was good. I'm not sure if you saw my Instagram and my Facebook story, but the black eye I got earlier this week.
I saw that.
Yeah.
So was that like a real fight, or was it like a play fight? Was you like practicing, or
Yeah, we were training, you know what I'm saying? Like we were
oh,
small.
so that
So
comes with the territory?
yes, it does. It does come with the territory. Especially when you're in a room full of gorillas. You feel what I'm saying? When you're in a room full of gorillas and everybody's on the same goal, everybody has the same mindset. Um, we're just in there making each other better. Iron sharpening iron. The I rarely get popped like that in training, but the one person that gets me like that all the time is my man RJ. RJ, if you ever see me with a bruise or a black eye or whatever,
It's because of him.
it's because of him. Like it's because of him.
Yeah. So is it like 'cause I know you don't do boxing, you like MMA fighting, right?
Hmm.
So do you ever come home like bruised up like Creed, like in Creed, and your wife have to like, like
Nah,
nurse you back to health? Not that bad.
nah, I don't bruise easy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I don't bruise easy at all. But uh, like take for instance, if you would have saw me, or like if you like say I went to practice where we had sparring on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
If you would have seen me the next day, you wouldn't have known I went that what I did the night before. I don't bruise easy now. I do need my rub downs and my massage gun and stuff like that. But I mean, bruising and all that, nah. I rarely get hit.
Oh, so you that good? That's what it
I ain't
is.
saying I'm that good. I'm just saying like I do what I need to do to get hit, to not get hit as much.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure that out with RJ though, because he fast and quick, and they
So
come
when's your
fast and
next
quick.
match? Or do you have a match coming up?
That's we're working on that part. Um, like with the COVID situation,
Yeah.
the protocol is a little different right now. So I'm just trying to get my physicals done right now. Like once I get my physicals done, um, then my name is in the bowl, and if I get matched up, next month, then that's cool. If not, I'll just shoot for the next one. Like anything that whatever's gonna give me the best option to be prepared, more prepared, then I'm good with that.
Well, then you know now when you do your match, we are gonna go live on Well You Ask and broadcast your match. So you better show your best foot. Your best foot better be for it, because we're gonna have people tuning in live looking at you get whooped. If you get whooped.
Hey, what? Hey, it is. Hey, it is. It is what it is. It is what it is.
He's like, I'm not getting whooped. Well, we know you're not, man. We wish you the best of luck in that, man. What made you get into that? This is random. I know this is not even what we talking about tonight, but what made you want to get into MMA fighting?
Uh, so it's funny. So the organization or the sport itself was introduced in 1993. Well, during that time, it was more so kind of a no holds barred situation. Like somebody my size would be able to fight somebody that's 300 plus pounds.
Yeah.
Like it'd be so mismatched. It'd be so like it wouldn't even out. But I had heard about it then. But I'm 6 years old at the time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really paying too much attention, to it. But as time went on, because I've always been a big pro wrestling fan. So a lot of my like
Even
a
though
couple
that's
of my
fake, right?
huh?
That's even though it's fake.
Well, yeah, the outcomes are predetermined, but there's nothing fake about it though. In the grand scheme of things, the
Oh,
outcomes are predetermined, but I'll put it to you like this: the life of a professional wrestler is nothing like what people think it is at all. They got to be in more. They got to be in more shape. An MMA fighter or a fighter, period. But whether you fight Muay Thai, whether you fight uh, um, Western boxing, or
yeah.
whatever, you're gonna have to be, what I'm saying, you're gonna have to be in shape. But people don't really realize that pro wrestlers have to do that same thing. And to be honest with you, fighters or athletes or whatever, like they have a like we they have a I take for like fighters and pro wrestlers really don't have an off season as far as like when it comes to perform,
Training.
yeah,
Yeah.
training and performing. You know what I'm saying? So it's because at any given moment, you could get caught, in a fight, you get caught up, for a short notice fight because
Or somebody can call you out.
yeah, like somebody had to, like say like two guys were already scheduled to fight. Well, one got injured or couldn't make weight or whatever the case may be, or okay, especially on an injury standpoint, if you're in that same division as the fight that's almost getting canceled, that could be an opportunity for you to step up.
Yeah,
You
that
feel
makes
what I'm
sense.
saying? So, but and that's where it's like no off season, in that retrospect for a professional wrestler, especially like WWE people, um,
Yeah.
they would be on like it's 365 days in a year. They would be home for like in between 40 and 80 of those days. Because what
Yeah.
we see on TV, that's just what we see on TV. They still got to go do the same thing the next night in front of a crowd that's not getting televised.
Oh wow.
So and like traveling and all, like they got to be very durable. And there's some of the best athletes you'll probably ever come across, because they come from all walks of life. Some used to be collegiate basketball players. Some used to be Olympic level wrestlers that won gold medals. It's and everything in between.
Now, I know right before we started going live, you mentioned you was out there trying to get some food, and the stimmy hit, so it's crowded and crazy out there. Do you have a specific diet you have to stick on as a fighter, or you can eat whatever you want?
Uh, you try to eat as clean as possible. Um, I know some people that can get away with, just eating whatever and still making the weight that they need to make to go out to perform, and whatever food they were eating they weren't it didn't affect them in a negative way. But for the most part, um, you
Is
know,
there something that you miss when you on your little I know you on your fitness all the time, but is there one food that you don't like, your cheat food, I guess you could say, like a cheat food that you have?
cookies.
Ooh, what
I
kind?
love cookies.
What kind?
Uh,
Don't say chocolate chip.
you say what now?
Don't say chocolate chip cookies. All generic.
No, no, no. Chocolate chip cookies are not my favorite cookies. No.
Okay.
Um, I would probably say oatmeal raisin cookies.
Okay, I like that. I like oatmeal cookies. I
Yeah,
like oatmeal
it's a
cookies.
and sugar and sour, yeah, and I like my candies. I love Sour Patch Kids and caramellos.
Yeah, Overtime Hustler says Sour Patch Kids. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
the caramel.
but
Okay.
I gotta, I especially when I'm like getting ready, and, with the cut and everything like that. People don't understand, and we'll get into it a little bit later that what you eat, like you don't eat for that day, you eat for the next day. But
Yeah.
we'll get into that a little later.
Shout out to the people who's tuned in right now. We have Chris Diego, Overtime Hustling, and we also have Chris Live from tuning in on YouTube Live. Thank you, you guys. Now, tonight, we have a lot of good topics, and if you saw a poll question for tonight, it's in the comments on YouTube. And tonight's poll question is: should family problems be on social media? Let us know. We should blast all your family problems on social media. If Kiki did you wrong, should you let Kiki know on Facebook that she did you wrong? Should you call her up? Let us know what you think about that. We also going to talk about, like he said, is soul food really good for the soul, or is it bad? Because that's a good topic. Because in the African American community, we love our soul food and the way we cook and the way we eat, and sometimes that can cause problems.
Mm-hmm.
And discipline your kids. How should you discipline your kids? Is spanking still good, like they used to do back in the day, or should we use a new method? We're going to be talking about that tonight. So Chris said, I'm all up for the basic chocolate chip cookie. Yeah, he like his little basic chocolate chip cookie.
It's like look, it's classic. You know what I'm saying? Like
it is, but I love my oatmeal with milk.
I've ran into some people that really done messed up a chocolate chip cookie. Like it's not. I hate. I like my cookies the same way I like my pancakes, and it has to be soft in the middle, but crispy around the edges, man. That has to be and my cookie connoisseurs out there, y'all know what I'm talking about.
And the chocolate chips gotta be just enough, because sometimes they put too little, and sometimes they overdo the chocolate chip cookies.
Mm-hmm. But on the bottom of the cookie, that
little crispiness.
Yeah, there's a film.
Oh,
like a film of whatever the ingredients.
Chris said lemon cookies are incredibly underrated. I don't know about that.
I haven't had lemon cookies. So
never had lemon cookies, so I don't know.
I haven't had too many of those, so I can't really comment on that one.
Yeah, I never had a lemon cookie, so I can't. But I love my classic oatmeal cookie with some milk on the side. Dip it, let it. Or oatmeal cookies, put ice cream in the middle, make your own ice cream sandwich. That's where it's at. That's where it's at. Man, so let's talk about this discipline the kids. That's crazy. So what are your thoughts on the way people discipline in general? Because you have like two spectrum. You have the people who beat the kids, and then you have like the people who put their kids on a leash, when they're at the stores.
Right.
Type people.
Right.
It's just crazy. And then you have the people who just believe in talking to the kids. I've followed this Instagram. I don't follow them, but there's this Instagram channel with this dad. He kind of talks to his kids instead of doing the typical discipline, and the kids respect him. For instance, that the girl, and I think she's in middle school, want to have a boyfriend spend the night. The dad's like, I trust you. I taught you the wrong from right. He can spend the night. He's going to be downstairs. You get to sleep upstairs. Well, in a normal family, it's like, oh no, your boyfriend is not spending the night. Middle school age, we're not doing that. So he's very different with the way he disciplined his kids. But I wonder, does that work in every household? He does mention that it doesn't work in every household, but would that work in a typical?
What, just being verbal?
Just being verbal and just sitting down, because you can talk to your kids how much you want, saying, hey, this is right, this is wrong, but you got to build that trust. Then like I said, you can talk to your kids all you want. They're going to do what they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, so I grew up in the era where you got your ass beat. You know what I'm saying? But
get that script, get that belt.
Yeah, but even with my mama, like she didn't do a whole lot of like putting her hands on me. Like she necessarily like really didn't need to.
Yeah.
It was just certain things that she would say, how she would say them, that I got the message. Now don't get me wrong. There's been some instances where she got on me. Like she was on me. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
those were more quality. Those were more quality ass whippings, not the quantity. Because when I got it, I knew I had that coming. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew it was. It wasn't like, hey, every little thing she was gonna, spank me over, whip me over, whatever. It was those things where it's like I had lied to her one time. Like the first time I'd ever lied to her. She, ugh. Like that one stung. that one stung a lot.
Yeah.
that, that one stung a lot. But but like I said, she didn't have to do a whole lot of that with me. Um, for me, for our household, we don't do that either. We don't. I think the last time I spanked my last time I spanked my daughter, it was 4 years ago, and it broke my heart. I ain't put my hands on her no more, like because as a dad, like because dads and daughters, dad and daddy daughter relationship is different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm seeing that now with my son, because I'm gonna have to be on him, like not like just putting my hands on him, but like if need me, yes. But I mean, I'm gonna really, really have to be repeating myself with him and like redirecting him and everything like that,
Yeah.
because with my daughter, it wasn't a whole lot of that. You feel what I'm saying? That I give her that disappointed dad look, or I say something that really make her think, man, that wasn't a smart decision. She's like it, like she'll come to me a little later. She's like, Daddy, I'm sorry for disappointing you or making you upset or whatever like that. So it's like it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, but whatever works for your household works for your household. Now, if you going out now, if you out here intentionally hurting kids because like for every little thing that they doing, man, that's abuse. And that
That's what
karma
he
gonna come back.
said.
Somebody gonna put their foot in your ass. So you
He
might
said
want.
the same thing. He said, I'm not a parent. I can't say. So I say, hell, if you're intentionally hurting kids, then you're an issue. Then you're the
Yeah,
issue.
Chris, exactly.
Now I have a question. I want to know: do you feel like the way in Black families, the way they raise their sons and daughters is very, very different? For instance, I know there's a saying that say mothers raise their girls, but let the boys like get away with a lot of stuff or something like that. Do you feel like that's true? You feel like females tend to be harder on their daughters and less strict on their sons, and that's why like a lot of sons end up being broken or do the stuff they do to females?
Hmm. I mean, it may play a part in it. Like, I'm sure it plays a part in it. Like me, I know for a fact I'm probably a little bit harder on my son, even at a younger age. But I can't even say that either, because I'm
Well, I think
pretty.
fathers in general are like that. They're hard on their sons, but then when they get to girls, it's just like some y'all have that sweet spot for your daughters, which I
Yeah,
understand that's your
yeah, yeah.
daughter. So like
But you
if your
still, but
son
you
goes
still
to
dealing
the
with
candy bar, it's like go put it back, say I'm sorry. If your daughter do, it's more like, oh, I understand you didn't mean to, but you
it. That ain't
gotta
me.
you
That ain't
gotta
me.
go. That's not you. You're
Mm-mm,
not that.
no. Now, she she pulls on my heartstrings a little, just a little bit, just because she is a little girl. You feel what I'm saying? That's my
Does
first
she
point.
play into it? Does she know that she got you wrapped around her fingers a little bit?
On certain things, on certain things, not
Yeah.
not all the time, but on certain things, like I'm
She
like,
gives you that look. Can I have a candy?
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, here you go.
I don't care. You know what I'm saying, but I'm like that with both of them. Like
Yeah,
we're pretty fair with how we deal with both of them. So
that makes sense. Now, I've seen that firsthand. Now, I know my mom was real strict on all the girls in my house. I have two sisters,
mm.
and my brother, he got away with a lot of stuff he shouldn't get away with. And for the result of that, he's in, how they say, college. So I feel like if he would have had a little bit more structure, he could end up in better places than where he's at right now. That's just me. That's just how I feel in my family situation. I just feel that he just needed a little bit more tough love
So he wasn't really held accountable for stuff.
for a lot of stuff. A lot of excuses made. Well, yeah, a lot of excuses were just made, and I just feel like because he has a temper. So if he could have controlled his temper better and had accountability for that temper, then he could have been in better places. But that's just
Yeah.
how I feel, and I still feel that same way. I feel like my mom more so makes excuses for his behavior, while the girls is more like, "Oh no, you did it, you did it." It's more push us more, but
Yeah, I've noticed that. I've noticed that too. Um, there's a like say like okay like with my wife, right?
mm-hmm.
And what I'm saying, we have had this conversation. My mother-in-law knows the whole. We have told her this, right?
Yeah,
The boys or the men in her life, meaning me and my brother-in-law and all of that, like we kind of get a little more rope when it comes to certain, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to certain things. Like
yeah,
my wife will say that we are all spoiled.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like now,
yeah,
now there's one of us in the family on that on like or for when in regards to my mother-in-law that I still don't know how this happened. You feel like we don't know how it happened, but it was I he he's younger than us too, so I guess it's a little different too. So I don't know, but yeah, he
Oh,
didn't.
the youngest always get away with everything.
Yeah, but my I guess it's different because for mothers raising daughters, it's the it's more what's the word I'm looking for? It's more susceptible to teach independence.
Yeah,
You feel what I'm saying? That's the word I'm looking for. Susceptible. It's more susceptible to teach independence as opposed to a mother
depending
raising
on
a son.
depending on
Because what happens a lot of times, especially if you were raised in a single parent household and the provider was the mother,
yeah,
males kind of tend to grow up faster than what they need to. Like
exactly.
they're the man of the house. And
Do you feel like teaching independence for females sometimes can take it too far? Like now, I'm
yeah,
not talking about the old school mothers. The old school mothers, they taught us, the independence the right way. But like the younger ones, like the new generation teaching, oh, you don't need a man for nothing. You miss bossy, bossy. You got your own money. And then when a man comes to try to help, it's like, oh no, I don't need you. When they can actually bring stuff to the table to balance you out.
yeah, I definitely see that. Like, and that's all up and down my Facebook timeline. To be honest with you, I mean,
All those posts.
yeah, all the quotes, all the posts, and like, hey, look, hey, little mama, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But you can't sit up here and act like your shit don't stink just because you got you a business or you making your own money or whatever the case may be, and then in the same breath say either men ain't shit or why can't I find a good one or all the good ones go. Well, no, you may have run that dude off based on like probably on your attitude.
What gets me is when they say, "Oh, my son is my man."
See, that is that is probably 95% of the black community.
Yeah.
And I know that probably sounds high, but it's true. And I say 95 because the other 5% is spread out between other backgrounds. That 95 is spread out. Believe me, it's spread out. But yeah, I don't understand why that is. And then like when that son grows up or is growing up and he starts to become a man and then starts to get his own family and do his
And he
own
can't
thing.
get away from his mama because he's a big, big mama boy, and mama got to be in every decision and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
And that's another issue too. When parents sometimes don't know their boundaries, grandparents. You know, there's a boundary. You can't have your son call you for every little thing. Oh, my son fell. What should I do? Oh, my son don't want to eat. What should I do? No, you're the parent. Figure it out.
For sure.
What you gonna call your mom and talk about? Oh, I need time for me to get it on. What should I do? Like, that's gonna be weird and awkward.
Yeah,
Chris said, join the military.
Chris, have you been? Were you in the military?
Were you in the military, Chris? Let us know. Because I know Travis has been in the military. Is that the option, Travis? Is that what these black men need to do who can't get it together? Just join the military? Let us know.
Yeah. Like,
you feel like that helps?
Yeah, especially when you're young. I'm glad. See, I wasn't even gonna say nothing about it until it was an actual topic. But seeing as that,
bring it up. Go ahead, talk about it. We got time. We here.
If you are over 26, you probably shouldn't join the military. Okay, Chris Osborne.
He said, go to war or go to jail.
Go to war, bro.
And that military creates direction. I see what he's talking about.
I see what he's talking about too. Hey, Chris. Hey, real quick, man. When you say go to war, go to jail, are you talking about like if somebody stays in like that program they do and they stay, like if they stay in trouble, keep getting in trouble, the judge gives them an option?
He says, start with your MOS, job selection, what job or career path you choose, and then it starts at 17 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a kid in basic that was 17 years old. Like, he had literally just graduated like a week before we showed up at basic training.
You say, yeah, they don't do that.
Oh, hey, Chris, I think y'all still do. I think that still happens. Like, one of my high school teachers, one of her students is in that predicament right now. And that's
explain to us what that is for people who don't know what that is.
What?
Go to war or go to jail? Because I know it's self-explanatory, but for people who don't understand what that is.
So basically, if anybody's ever seen the movie Blood In, Blood Out, there's a character, his name escapes me right now, but he's pretty much a gang leader, like a neighborhood gang leader or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But they got caught up doing something and got arrested. His cousin that was with him was laid up in the hospital, or his brother, whomever. And then it fast forwards like a few years later, and the leader showed up in an army uniform, or Marine or Army uniform. And of course, he stayed in trouble like all the time in the streets. Well, I guess it was his last straw, and the judge gave him an option: you go to the military, you go into jail. And a lot of people during that time, early 90s, like, right, from maybe, yes. Okay, so Chris, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know when it actually started, but I know all throughout the 90s and even into the 2000s, even now, because my old teacher of mine is dealing with that from that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's in Texas. Yeah, okay. It's definitely down here. Yep. It's definitely in Texas.
Now, do you feel what options now? I know in high school they give people that option: either go to military or you're gonna end up in jail. What options do you feel like we need for middle school kids and elementary school kids who are starting to get in trouble? Because I work at elementary school and I see it already, where they are starting to get in trouble and do stuff that grown people do. And I'm like, what options can we give them to show them better stuff?
Put them in junior ROTC. That ain't nothing but high school military. I mean, you can still, they still go to to the regular schools and things like that, but especially in high school, junior ROTC is in high school. So, you know, and that counts towards something as say you go, you were part of junior ROTC for however long in high school. Well, if you decide to go to the military, that counts towards whether you're either going to go officer or enlisted. It works out
Yeah.
a certain way when it comes to rank and pay. Because like take for instance, if you enlist into the Army, Air Force, I'm gonna speak on the Air Force. I'm not too sure how the process for the Army is, and how their basic training goes. But I know for ours, if you had some sort of military training or anything like that prior to that, or any sort of college that you could put towards any credits, you would actually upon your graduation of basic training, you would actually be at a higher rank. Like A1C is the highest, which is an E3, a two striper.
Yeah.
And like you start making more money than the people that you came through basic with that didn't come in with any credits and things like that.
Okay.
So
I
kind
like
of
that. I like that. I wish that I just want to say parents just need to stop having kids at a young age in general. Because I know they're not prepared for it, and that's part of discipline. Because you can't be your child's friend. You
no.
can't want to hang out with your child, especially when you're close in age. It's just not possible. And then I also feel like you don't get that respect like you should. Because, like I said, I work at elementary school, and there's kids in 5th grade talking about, "Oh, you're the same age as my mom." I'm thinking, hell, that's why you don't want to respect me or listen to what I gotta say, because you thinking I'm your mama, but I'm not your mom. And I'm not your friend. I don't want to be your friend. And I want to discipline you in a way that shows you, there's a better life for you and better ways. Because already we all know the stimulus hit this week. We know that. And apparently, I guess this boy's family stimulus got the stimulus because he decided to bring a whole bunch of 20s to school. And what did he do with the 20? He decided to throw at a girl who was dancing on the playground. And these are 5th graders who's dancing while the guy's throwing money at her. And then the next day she's sliding down the pole in PE. 5th graders. And I'm thinking in my head, where's the structure? Where's the discipline? I'm not saying give her a whipping, because she clearly don't need a whipping. She needs someone to sit down and talk to her and tell her, hey, this is wrong. But I blame the parents, like I said, the young parents who let them do whatever on TikTok, who let them do whatever on TikTok. I blame that social media era. Because we didn't grow up with social media. We had MySpace back like when we got a little older in high school, but we didn't grow up with social media. And you talked on the house phone with somebody, your parents could pick up and listen to your conversation. It wasn't no private conversations or nothing. You had to be off by 9. You don't call nobody after 9. When I had my first cell phone, I had to share it with my younger sister. We only got it if we stayed after school, or we didn't stay after school. My mom kept the cell phone. We had discipline. It wasn't that.
I
I think
remember I remember that, like, trying to sneak and pick up the phone being the most
I used to do
stressful.
that. I used to sneak into my mom's room and try to text people, not knowing that each text message is 10 cents a message. I figured they bring that back. You think parents would be more strict if they bring that back?
Man, it's too gone for that. It's too far gone for that.
If they bring back the
It's too
dollar
late.
text message, you ain't better not be texting on my phone. That's $1.
Well, now you need subpoenas for stuff like that. But that's
Yeah.
another thing. That's another thing.
I don't know. It's just crazy. Hello, Uncle Rich, for tuning in. Chris said, I think there needs to be a slowdown of kids in general. Chris said, stop having kids. He said, no more. Chris said, no more kids. The other Chris, we have 2 Chris's tuned in. The other Chris said their American dream was like finish college by 21, kids by 21, which is true. Because I think my mom finished college about 21. She started teaching, then she had kids about that age. You right, Chris? That's about right. That's the
Yeah.
American dream.
Yeah.
Chris also said, "Yep, I talked to a girl for 3 hours and rang up $100 phone bill. She was like 1 city away."
Boy,
Look at
I
Chris.
know your mama put her or your dad, whoever caught it first, put their foot in your ass. I know they did.
I remember when I tried to sneak and talk to a boy on the phone. Not only did my mom pick up the phone, my niece, who's about to be 16 right now, this next month, but she was younger. I don't even know how old she was, like 7. Picked up the phone, was talking about, "You're not supposed to be talking to a boy on the phone." All embarrassing, crazy. And yes, we are that family who still has a house phone. I don't know if y'all still have a house phone, but we do. That's
We
what the bill collectors call the house phone. He keep
no,
his cell
we
phone.
we do not.
But that's so back. Yes, so that discipline needs to be there for the younger parents. You can't be your child's friend. They don't need a friend. Cause that's weird when I see parents like up in the club with their kids and stuff, or that's my homegirl, that's my best friend. Like y'all can do TikToks together, but then you gotta set a boundary and say, "Hey, do your homework."
Yeah.
Make sure that homework is done.
I think, and that's how I feel like a child needs to stay in a child's place.
Yes.
Like be free as long as you can. Be a child as long as you can.
Don't grow up too fast. Don't do none of that.
Become an adult.
We had a parent who made a kind of like a sexual comment to one of us, but not to us, but around us. She had said something about she's going to get a strap because she's into women. And her fifth grader was like, "You don't have one." So the fact that she knew what it was in fifth grade just lets me know, like, they're doing too much in front of them.
Yeah.
Because she did not know what a strap on is in fifth grade, but she knew because she told her mom that she doesn't have one. So I don't know why she made that comment in front of us anyway. But parents say stuff that they should not be saying in front of their kids, and that's another reason why they feel like they're grown. Chris said, "I'm just saying if we slow down a bit, imagine how quickly things would change, like they do in China or Japan, where you only can have like 2 kids or whatever." Is that what you're talking about, Chris?
They regulate that type of stuff.
I think they used to. I don't know if they still do, but I think they used to. Back in China or Japan, they used to regulate how many kids you can have or how many girls or boys or whatever. I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody who knows, but I think they used to do that. They used to, because they didn't want the population to be too big, so they tell you how many kids and stuff
Right.
you can have. Yeah, they still regulate it. Chris said they do. They still regulate how many kids you can have. I wonder how many kids it is. He said kind of like that. Chris said it's 2 max, I think. So they regulate how many kids, 2 max.
Wow.
I forgot, Chris, if you know, what do they do when you have more than 2
Tell me what to
kids?
do with my reproductive.
I wonder what they do if you have more than 2 kids, though. Like, and
Do
then
they
there's
kill
people
the whole
who,
motherfucker? I don't understand.
I feel like there's people who have kids because they want to have kids, and then there's people who overdo it. Because I knew a lady who had a whole bunch of kids because she said God came to her in a dream and said that her kids would be in a singing group, but none of her kids can sing. So I don't know how that happened. But that's what I'm saying. There's people who it's like, and then there's people who have kids that live off the government, and we don't want that either. That's another topic, well, another story. But Chris said he doesn't know what they do with the extra kids. But okay, that's craziness, man.
That's weird.
Just make sure y'all discipline your kids the best way you can, and just make sure they are a asset to society and not end up in jail because we don't need any more. Especially, we don't need any more colored people in jail, African Americans, Hispanic people, minorities in jail. We don't need any more minorities in jail because that's how they make money off us, male or female. We don't need any more of that. But what we do need is some healthy cooking. We need some healthy food. And I know it's hard to make the food we love to eat healthy because I love my mustard greens, my collard greens with the ham hocks. But sometimes we got to switch it up to kale. I don't like kale. I tried kale once. I'm not a fan of kale. But sometimes we got to switch it up to the kale and salads. But what I have been doing is I've been putting what's it called, cabbage in my salads, and that's been pretty good. So that's a change. But tell us some of your healthy foods you eat, Travis. I know you're a trainer. You do all that fighting.
Well, so I eat a lot of chicken, a lot of fish.
Baked chicken, a lot of baked chicken.
Yeah, baked chicken.
Grilled.
I
No
eat
fried, right?
Huh?
No fried once in a
I,
while.
every once in a while. You try to do everything, in moderation. So like if you're doing like so say like say if you're doing spaghetti, right?
Yeah.
Um, say if you're doing spaghetti, uh, instead of doing hamburger meat or whatever, you may want to do
Turkey.
turkey. Or if you
Turkey.
do, or if you do have beef, make sure it's 80 to 90% lean. And that's when I do have a burger, I make sure it's that, or I eat a vegetarian burger if I do, like if I'm out at a restaurant.
Do you
Um,
do meal preppings?
huh?
Do you do milk prep? Do you milk prep?
No, that's the thing. Like I every now and again, you know what I'm saying? Like I, because I like my food to kind of be hot,
Fresh. I
like
know what you
fresh
mean.
when I make it. Now if I know I'm gonna have a busy week, then yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it like that. But
Well, at least with chicken, you can put on other stuff. You can do like a salad. You could do a wrap. You could do other stuff with
yeah,
chicken.
you could do a lot of things with it. Or I'll just I'll slide over to the a little health shop where I can get my smoothies and my power bowls and stuff, and I'll do that. I keep oatmeal in the house. The rolled oats, not the. I keep the packet and I keep the rolled oats in there,
I
and
like oatmeal. I
and
could
then
do
I do
oatmeal.
my then I do my shakes. My smoothies. My almond milk, chia seed.
I tried to shake and I couldn't do it. I tried to shake
You gotta
allergy
let.
from
I'll let
Beachbody, and I don't know. The powder just made it so grainy. I guess I didn't mix it all the way well, but the powder made it so grainy. And then it's just weird when I think of like, cause I tried the chocolate one. So you have chocolate, you put it with your milk, of course. You make a chocolate shake, and then I feel weird when I want to add like fruits to chocolate, or when I want to add like the spinach and all that they add to it. Just I don't know. I guess in my head it looks like a weird combination.
trust.
So I just have that
You can't even
mindset when I
taste
taste it.
it.
It's gonna be weird.
Yeah, you can't even taste it. Like I was like that before too, because for a while I just didn't want to eat bananas like that. I felt like it was a hassle to eat them.
What?
So my
Bananas are
brother,
the best.
so like my brother was like, man, if you don't put that in a smoothie, I was like, you know what, you show right. So I just started looking up different recipes and then getting feedback, from my teammates, way back. Um, what they use, and even still now, like I have so many, you know, fighter colleagues and friends from over the years that I either just, met in passing or, we used to train together or whatever. I'm always wondering like, okay, man, what are y'all doing? Like, what are y'all putting in y'all bodies on a natural level that I can, that I can do at home, and I do it like, saying I do it like that. Like I love making smoothies. I love them because I can
What's
put
your
whatever
go-to
I
smoothie?
want there, and I know I'm getting everything I need.
What's your go-to smoothie? Like, what's in your go-to smoothie if you have one?
So I'll do kale, spinach, almond milk, chia seeds, um, either uh, I'll do frozen blueberries, and I'll do banana
Mm.
with a little bit of Greek yogurt.
Oh, yogurt. I'm
Yeah,
not a big yogurt fan. I don't know.
it just smooth. It really the Greek yogurt really just smooths it out that much more.
Like you said, things probably taste different when you put it in a smoothie, like your friend said, because like some of that stuff, like I tried kale by itself and I don't like it. But like you said, if I put it in a smoothie, it might taste better because kale is just so bitter. The
That's why
taste.
you put it. That's why you use what's that that wishbone salad dressing. It's called Thousand Island or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And you lightly put it over that, boil, like boil you an egg, slice that up, put
So you
lay
tell me don't
top
cook
that
it
with
like
some chicken.
green. Don't add no ham hock. Don't add no bacon fat.
Nah,
I'm no, but it starts off with small changes. I feel like we're doing small changes in my family. Like we're doing the wheat bread, whole wheat, less tortillas. Because in Texas, especially San Antonio, we love our tacos. We
oh
love
my god,
tortillas.
the bomb
If I
taco
go to
truck.
Bill Miller's and give me a taco, I'm always adding an extra tortilla on the side just to eat. I love my French fry. I love my pizza. and my hot wings. That's like my go-to in my heart.
My
But pizza,
God.
but we always get thin crust pizza. We never get the hand tossed. We always get thin crust when we do get pizza. So that is a little healthier. Less bread. I
Yeah.
want to try the cauliflower pizza. You know where they make the dough out of cauliflower. I want to try that. I
Okay.
heard that's good. And they make mashed potatoes out of cauliflower, right? And I want to try that. I heard that's good. I never tried it, but I want to try it. Not sure. Witch and Hunter said not much. Honestly, I asked, what are y'all guys eating that's healthy? He ain't eating too much healthy. Chris said, do French fries count pizza? Now, if you bake the French fries, that might count. Potatoes aren't bad if you bake it instead of frying it.
Pizza. Look, pizza is my weakness. Like I love pizza.
Burgers are.
Burger. If you're gonna do if you're gonna do a burger, like like I said before, make sure the meat is more lean than it's not.
And thin patties, right? Thinner patties, too. Would that be a difference or no? Does it really matter?
Not really. I mean, at that point, you might as well just eat bread.
If you do two thin patties, with the cheese in the middle.
Uh,
And what makes it healthy, Chris, if you add all the vegetables to it, add all your lettuce and your tomatoes and your onions to make it healthy.
yeah, you gotta have some sort of balance on a burger, man. You
It
gotta.
overpowers the non. Then add a little baked onion ring on top. Bake it. Don't fry
Mm-hmm.
it. Bake your fries. No, I had fried fish today. I love baked fish. I love anything that's baked in one pan that you can put everything in the oven all at one time, forget about it, and it all comes out good. I love that. Make me a little fish packet, put everything in it, bake it, boom. Less mess up, easy cleanup. Boom. Do your
Yeah.
kids like to eat healthy? Do you help your kids eat healthy? Do y'all cook together?
We don't cook together. Like my wife's the main cook.
But
So
do the kids help sometime or not yet? They're
yeah,
not at
well, yeah,
that age
sometimes,
yet?
well, yeah, sometimes, depending on
Okay.
what it is or whatever. But we in the house, we it's kind of we kind of eat what we want. You know what I'm saying? But like we're getting we don't overindulge like anymore. So it's like that's the misconception, like with health and everything like that.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily what you're eating all the time; it's how much of it that you're eating.
Exactly. And you're not that parent that's going to push like health, health, health on your kid all the time. Because I know my niece's mom, my youngest niece's mom, she does that a lot. Pushes health, health, health on her kids. That's why she's only 3 years old and she loves seaweed chips. I'm like, what 3 year old? You don't eat seaweed chips. But her mom pushes that. And it's like, it's okay to a point, like you said, but you don't want to overdo it.
Mm.
Especially at that age where they're growing and they need some of that
Yeah.
stuff. But
My kids, like especially my son now, because I messed up and let him drink one of my smoothies that I made, and
and now he's like
every time
smoothie.
every time I go get my stuff together, I pull
You
out
gotta
my,
get him a
my bags.
smoothie.
He up my butt.
Man, I have health bars that I tried from Beachbody, and I'm not really a fan of it because I'm not a fan of like peanut butter and chocolate together. That's not me. I'm not a
Oh
peanut
man,
butter
you're
fan.
missing it.
I'm not a peanut butter fan.
Nah, you missing it, man. Like,
I
oh
don't
my.
know. I never really been into nuts. Like pecans a little bit here and there, but I'm not really into like peanuts to maybe a little bit of sunflower seeds, but walnuts, all those others, I'm not really. I don't know why. I'm not allergic to any of them. I just never really like been into it. Like I would eat me a jelly sandwich, but not a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like I don't look at me like that. Look at his face. I don't need that judgment in my life. But
I
yeah,
ain't judging you. I'm just.
I know I'm not really a fan of peanut butter. That's just me. So the health bars that they offered was either almond or peanut butter and chocolate. So I just grabbed it just to try it out. I'm not a fan. I tried the smoothies, like I said. Maybe I just need to find the right combinations to keep up with the smoothie because the smoothie is supposed to be a meal replacement.
Yeah.
But
Trust me, I'll put you on to some stuff. Like
I
you'll
think
like
my bad habit, because I do work out. People know I have a fitness page. I show my workouts. I work out. But my bad habit is I will work out and then go eat 2 tacos. That's my bad habit. I'm that one that will work out and still just like eat whatever, and then. But during lunchtime, I try to eat healthy. I try to stick with the healthiness during lunchtime. But for breakfast and dinner, that's my bad habit. And especially since I'm always busy, I tend to come home, eat something, and then go lay down straight in my bed and get to work. And you're not supposed to go lay down right after eat. You're supposed to get up, move around, and that's another of my bad habits. I don't move around.
Yeah.
I just Uncle Wish says I've been doing gluten free, not healthy eating, just avoiding some things. Okay, and of course, drink that water, 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 water. Yes, make sure you're all drinking that water. If you're not drinking water, you know, that's bad. And I think one motivation to help me drink more water was that at my school I work at, the soda machines went up to $1.25 to $1.50. I'm drinking that water. I'm not paying $1.50 for some Dr. Pepper, even though I love Dr. Pepper. I'm drinking that water. Just bring a case to work and we good to go. And Chris agrees, those jelly sandwiches are good. Thank you, Chris. He knows about the jelly sandwiches. We don't need the peanut butter. And Uncle Wish said peanut butter is bomb. I guess I haven't tried peanut butter, so
Thank you. Peanut
I'm
butter.
missing out. I
Oh,
guess I'm missing out on something. Maybe if y'all mix the peanut butter with something and I can't taste it, maybe I don't know. Maybe we should do that one episode. If y'all want to see us try foods that we don't really like, let us know. We will do that one day. We will try foods live that we don't like. If you want us to do that, but if you missed it earlier, we had our poll question of the day. Do you feel like family problems should be blasted on social media? Let us know. That we should talk about what's going on in your household. And I'm gonna say we're missing our partner D. He's celebrating his wife's birthday. So shout out to his wife. Happy birthday to them. They need their family time. And when we talked about this topic, he said it depends on the situation. I'm gonna say I agree with that. If you're asking a general question about a family issue, like what would you do in this situation, and you need some advice, that's different than saying Kiki did this to me and I can't stand Kiki and I'm gonna put you out your house and your baby daddy is no, that's too much. We don't need people in your life when it comes to that. You don't like the peanut.
yeah, I don't. I'm not a fan of it. I'm I'm not a fan of because especially especially if there's if it's a pretty heavy topic
Or kids are involved.
or yeah like or whatever the case may be and like you take that to social media, you don't even have to put anybody's name to it, but whatever it is, you're giving people the opportunity to have an opinion about something they should know nothing about. You
Or
know?
judge your life, or like you said, have opinions about your life.
Yeah. So I mean, I mean, once it gets to social media, it's almost like it's hard to come back from that.
Now, is putting your family business on social media the same as taking them to court? Like you see these little stories on Judge Judy and all that. And I'm not talking about they owe you money type stuff, but sometimes it'd be petty stuff. Like he stole
Yeah,
my
that's stupid.
man
Like, you
type
don't do
stuff.
stuff like that. Like,
Like,
like if it's something that where you just okay, your back is against the wall, like your hands are tied. You're like, yo, I don't have a choice. I like if I'm gonna get what I need to get. If the only way I can get what I need to get is by taking you to court, then that ain't what I want to do. But it's my last resort. You're not hearing me type thing.
yeah.
That petty shit. Nah, like that's dumb. That's real dumb. But I feel like sometimes like when people be doing that petty shit on these TV court shows, I feel like they be in on it together and everything like that sometimes. But no, I don't think so. And the reason so that's why I'm like I feel like family business shouldn't be broadcasted. Um, over social media. I really feel like that. And what really has me ticked off about that, as far as like that topic, is what's been happening in the past week involving Kirk Franklin and his son.
Oh, yes.
Uh,
You think he did that for clout? The son? You think the son needed to, like, oh, you not gonna pay me no more? I'm gonna show your business, because there's people who do that. There's people who do that, especially if you're famous. Their sons. that you never heard of from 10 years ago gonna come out talking about, yeah, that's my daddy, he trash, he don't do nothing? Because I think Morris Chestnut had that happen to him, where his son tried to say that he didn't take care
Yeah,
of
but then it
him.
turned out it wasn't his
50
son.
Cent's son did the same thing, I think.
Yeah, but then it turned out it wasn't Morris Chestnut's son.
Oh yeah, so that's a plot twist. But a lot of
But
kids
yeah,
do that.
50 with 50 and his son. That's a little. That's that's a situation where I can't. I'm not gonna speak on that one.
Yeah.
I can't speak on that one. But what I will say, as far as the Kirk Franklin situation, um, a couple things. One, his son was goofy as shit for doing that.
For recording it and leaking it. But I also felt like TD Jakes should have said something, because apparently, according to the Sun, TD Jakes was on the line too.
Okay, but here's the thing: how do we even know TD Jakes was on that phone call?
That's why I said I don't know if it's true or not, but according to the Sun, he was, and if he was, I feel like TD Jakes should have stopped Kirk and say, "Hey, you taking it too far."
No,
But
I don't think so. I really don't think so. Because one, that ain't TD Jakes' place to say shit. That ain't TD. First, and his son is grown. His son is our age.
yeah,
You
he's
know what
like
I'm saying?
33
So,
years old.
yeah, his son is our age. So it's not. And then, but people are only on this because of who Kirk Franklin is
They
and
gotta
what he
realize
represents.
Kirk Franklin had a past. Not only that, too, we're human. We're not God. We're not perfect. And because he does gospel music, you can't expect him to be perfect. Especially Kirk Franklin. Kirk Franklin, half of his gospel songs are taken from hip hop songs.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you
a
can't
good
expect
portion of
his
his
songs to be
songs
like,
is heavy is
it's heavy
majorly hip
influenced
hop.
by hip hop. So you can't expect him to be holy. That's why I didn't understand why he didn't like that one guy to use melodies from heaven, talking like it's a church song. But the songs you sampled were no gospel songs. But that's another story. But yeah, I see what you're saying. We put people on a pedestal, actors, actresses, comedians, gospel singers, rappers on this high pedestal, like Cardi B, for instance, how they say, Cardi B didn't want her daughter listening to rap, but yeah, she can make a song like that. You put these people on these high pedestal, like that's a role model. No, you the role model. You can't have you're supposed to be the role model for your kids, not Cardi B. If Cardi B's their role model, what are you doing as a parent?
Yeah, yeah. I. That's what I'm saying. Like that role model should start at home. It starts at home, and but with I totally agree with what you say. People. He's human. D, what's up?
Man, what up, D? I hope your wife is having a nice birthday. I hope you
Yeah.
gave her everything she needed and more. I hope you bought the whole store out. Did it big. Bought something
But
for the newborn too.
yeah, you busy, bro. But I don't. I am not. I'm not of the belief there's a certain type. Like there's one form of gospel music. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm so for people when people be like, oh well, Kirk Franklin paved the way for a lot of people to do the like to incorporate a certain style in the god like into that genre that even some of his detractors early on have now jumped on board. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I've met Kirk Franklin twice. He is everything. He is everything that he puts himself out there to be.
Is he even
Bro,
that short?
yeah, he is short.
Yeah.
He's a short man. You know what I'm saying? He look, but people got to realize that not everybody that was in gospel music that's in gospel music have a gospel
Background.
background.
Yeah, like
Kirk Franklin is from Fort Worth, Texas.
oh yeah, he said he was addicted to porn and all that.
Like,
The girl that won Sunday Best, I can't think of Leandria Johnson, something like that. She was from Louisiana. She used to be on the streets, heavy on drugs. She admitted all that.
yeah. So it's
Even
like, what?
even after she won, she even went back to the street and went back on drugs and then came back. She's known as the bad girl gospel.
Yeah,
Like
but and that's what I'm saying is, that's another thing too. Like the Christians, the black Christians, the black church, not very forgiving. They're not forgiving at all. They're not
very
they're
judgmental.
not about restoration for real.
They're quick to, oh, you can't be in our church. Bye, leave. They quick to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like Uncle Rich just said in Kirk Franklin's situation, he took on and accepted a certain mantle in life. With that comes a certain set of expectations to live up to. When you don't, you hurt your witness and those who co-labor with you. I don't necessarily agree with that. To a point. To a point. Like, yeah, I get what you're saying to a point. But yeah, like yes, you do take on a certain whatever. But last time I checked, there was only and this is only if you believe this. Let me preface what I'm saying now with giving that disclaimer. This is only if you believe this. Now, getting back to what I was saying. Last time I checked, won't nobody that was there was only God only had one son, right?
Yeah.
And he was without sin. The word says we take on the sins of the Father, right? God is sinless, right? Yes, Jesus came down and took on the form of man. He was tempted just like us. But there was something that, in his DNA that's embedded in him to where it only allowed him to go so far or to feel something. And when he felt it fully was when he was crucified. When he died, when he was stretched out. That's only if you believe this. I'm only talking to those who believe, who have a certain belief. I'm only speaking on that. I'm not dissing nobody's religion. I'm only speaking to the person and to the people who have a certain set of beliefs.
Yeah.
Yes, you do take up on a certain mantle, and you're expected to live up to that. At the same time, we are human. And guess what humans do? Make mistakes all the time, including you.
Now that's not what the word says.
Which part?
Which part, Uncle Rich? Let us know. I want to know, what are your thoughts on now? For instance, you know how they always say watch your friends and who you hang around with, when you get to a certain status. And it's hard to do that, especially with family. Like you say, Kirk got to a certain status and he couldn't watch his son. He didn't know his son was going to record him and leak that. And like one of the walls.
And to be honest with you, we have no idea what has gone on between them two. Oh, and by the way, what is it, Saturday? What are we, a Saturday? Just
Saturday.
yesterday, Kirk's first wife or his baby mother or whatever.
He agreed with Kirk. He was on Kirk's side.
He came out and spoke because you ain't heard nothing from her, right? She was like, "Wait a minute, hold on. We ain't finna do that. We not finna do that because
she said
my son
needs help.
Done this, that, and the third. X, Y, and Z. There's a whole different set of variables that we're not aware of. Now, Kirk spoke on that a little bit, but it's like, yo, like how if you haven't come at somebody disrespectful, and all you've done is try to help them, and try to help them, get them help if they need it. Still funding them and all of that, and you're still but you're not treating them like they're a child, even when they're a grown man, just because you're helping them. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we should. We don't know the ins and outs of that. What is it? Forgiving and excusing are two different things. We should always be swift to forgive, but we just can't chalk up bad behavior to being human. Know what we need is accountability. Nobody's saying nothing about not being accountable. I didn't say that. I didn't say not hold them. I didn't say not hold them accountable. What I said was human, like us being human and us being mortal, who still struggle with sin daily, because we do have free will. You know what I'm saying? Like those mistakes happen, and he's being held accountable. He's holding himself accountable, which is the first thing you should do. Hold yourself accountable. Now wait for the public to hold you accountable, however they see fit. But whether you like it or not, we make mistakes, and we make the choices we make because we are free mortal, we are free will agents. We are free will human beings. We can do what we want to do. And we can lose it. Uncle Witch, I am sure that you have done something, even in your Christian walk, to where it was displeasing to God, and it didn't even have to be cursing somebody out. Remember that.
I want to know, why do you feel like people are quick to want to like call out Christian daughters than to other genres of music?
Say that again.
Why do you feel like people are quick to want to call out Christian artists than other genres of music? For instance, like when Mary's husband cheated, they were like quick to call him out, compared to when rappers cheat, it's normal.
Because they don't see, because
they don't see. Like Kirk Franklin's son, one of the Walls group got called out because he got caught kissing a boy or something like that. Like, it's a lot of stuff that people just want to quick to call out, but let a rapper do the same thing. Oh no, it's normal. It's rap music.
Because I understand where that comes from. Because like when people say you're saved, you're supposed to, like the universal idea of what people that don't really like understand is, when people say, God has forgiven me, or when they say that they are saved, right?
Yeah.
They are they're supposed to be rid of all the old things that they did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when and they're supposed to be picture perfect, because people view Christians, the people that profess their love for Christ or whomever, they view them as, they're these perfect people, like they're on this pedestal or whatever. Man puts people on pedestals, not understanding that just because they're famous and they've been famous making a certain kind of music, and it just so happened to be Christian, that they still have their struggles as well. Because if you don't need, because like if you feel like you don't need whoever your God is, what is the point in believing him?
Yeah.
So that's the mistake that people make. Stupid, but whatever.
Chris Live says that he's getting antsy on this convo. I don't know exactly what he means by that, but it's all good, Chris. We just have an open conversation. However you feel, just speak on it.
Hey man, this is raw. We told y'all episode 1. We giving our honest opinions.
Exactly. Telling you how we feel, how we don't feel, if we like it, don't like it. And we're not going to always agree on every topic, which is good. We love this conversation because it's not like we're arguing. It's not like we're bickering. We're not going back and forth. We're having an open conversation. So it's okay to disagree sometimes, because you're not supposed to agree on everything, because he thinks that oatmeal raisin cookie is the best when oatmeal cookies are the best. We ain't going to agree. He likes peanut butter when jelly sandwiches are like the top of the world. But no, I'm joking. But we're not going to all agree on everything on any topic in general. But we just want to have that open conversation. We want to have fun. Hopefully Kirk Franklin and his son can figure it out hopefully they solve it. Travis had it right on the point. And it's crazy. Right as Miss Ayana Fix My Life is ending her series, Kirk Franklin's son want to start this. Why can you do when she was having her show so y'all can be on that show and get your life fixed? Maybe that's what y'all need, a little Ayana fix. What are y'all thoughts on that? Do y'all feel like people like that can really fix your lives? Because there's people who's been on that show and they said the same thing, that she's harder on the women than she is on the men.
Nah, I don't find that to be true. I seen her go in on some dudes.
Oh yeah,
Like
she let
I
them
seen
know.
her go in all the way in. So I I think where they people feel like that. I look at her like how I kind of look at Judge Judy, right?
Yeah, because it's on
Judge
TV.
Judy don't care. Like if you ain't coming correct and you don't want to, hold yourself accountable and be and up and admit mistakes and all of it, or just they finna hop on your ass.
Judge
Straight
Judy,
like that.
Lynn Toler, who does the divorce court, and Judge Joe Brown. Oh, he was the worst.
Now Judge Joe Brown, we can
He's
say he was
he
harder
the
on
one
the
that let
men.
you know.
We can say he was harder on the men as he like, as
He
opposed to
was.
the
Judge Joe Brown let you know you a crackhead. You know you're a crackhead. You ain't gotta admit it. We all see it. You on that stuff. He let you know with the quickness. You can't hide nothing from him. Man. He said, is that the lady that did the thing with DMX and his son?
Yep.
He did? I didn't know that.
Yep.
I didn't know she had did
It was,
DMX.
oh man. Yeah, you gotta go back and look at that. That
I
was
gotta look at that one. I didn't know that. But yeah, she's the one that knows how to fix your life and get it together. And I don't know. I just feel like, when you're a celebrity, you just gotta. I feel like your past always gonna come no matter what you did, whether it's good, bad, whether you had a baby, whether you didn't have a baby, your past is gonna come. So if you don't want your past to come, you know, to bite you in the butt, like they say, when you make it big, sometimes you just gotta try to rectify. And that's what he did though. That's what they did. They tried to, go to counseling. They try to and sometimes you can't help people.
yeah.
And it's hard when you can't help people. And the first thing they want to do is take it to social media because they know you have that platform. They know you big. They know you got followers.
Yeah, but yeah,
So,
I stand by everything I said, which including that his son was goofy as shit for doing that. Cause he ain't do because to be honest with you, he didn't do nothing. He ain't do nothing. What you call it? Like he ain't do nothing, but he tried to make Kirk look bad when really and truly
he made himself
himself.
look bad.
He really played himself doing that.
Even though they're going through a tough situation, there's some funny memes that came out of this situation that does brighten up your day sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta laugh to keep from crying or laugh to keep from being mad. Cause there's so
Yeah,
many people that probably just want to go off on him and just do this to his son. But sometimes you just gotta laugh and say, you know what? It's in God's hands. Like they say, it's in God's hands. Shout out to the people who tune in tonight live. D Live at 5. Hope you're having a good time with your wife, Uncle Rich, Chris Live, Chris Diego, and everyone else who's tuned in that was just lurking and really didn't comment. We appreciate you guys. Shout out to my co-host Travis, holding it down. Both of us holding it down for D. We hold it down for each other.
mm-hmm.
Wednesday, we will be having I'm trying to think of his name. I know it's Perry. We will be having Mr. Perry coming on our show to talk about him running for District 2. We have a couple people running for District 2 in our San Antonio hometown. So I know the people who's tuned in right now are not really from San Antonio. But if you are from San Antonio and you tuned in, let us know if you have any questions for Perry. All the questions you want answered, that will be your time to ask him right now. Especially if you feel like people who get in those positions don't do anything for your city. Ask them why. Find out why. Find out what you need to be done. Because sometimes they don't know what needs to be done. Sometimes, even though they might be from that side of town, but that side of town and grew so big, you never know what needs to be done or what needs to be done in your city. And if you don't let them know or ask them, then they don't know to bring it forth to other council men and women. So you can't just blame them and say, hey, you're not doing for anything for our side of town. Well, I didn't know that it needs to be done. So
Yeah.
tune in. Wednesday to get your questions asked and to listen to us talk about anything hilarious that's happened. I know definitely we're gonna talk about the people tripping on his stimmy. The stimulus hit and they doing some wild stuff. So we might rank our top 5 wild moments we didn't see with the stimulus. I guess number 5 can be already. Travis said he's seen it trying to get food.
Yeah, it's crazy out
And
here.
it's not like he was going out. He was just trying to get something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And they were acting crazy. They were adding the extra, give me extra, what's it called? Extra shrimp on my fried rice. It's tight, tight, wilding out, right? Because
Hey,
we all got that $200 stimmy, or was it 1,000? Was it 1,500?
it was 1,400.
1,400? Man, no. Instagram told me it was no.
They lied to you.
Well, you asked, right? Well, you
Yeah.
asked. Man. Okay, D said Kirk is human. He went off, but everybody has a breaking point. Make sure to share the stream. Yes, make sure you share the stream. We appreciate you guys. And he said, wait a minute, needs to be fixed. Mm,
ASAP.
all these constructions all over San Antonio need to be fixed. Anywhere there's construction in San Antonio needs to be fixed. And Chris Lott says, good. I like healthy conversation and communication. Well, thank you, Chris, for tuning in. We appreciate you guys.
Man,
And if
real,
you
man.
love to game,
Oh,
if you're a gamer, go to follow Chris live on Twitch. He's a gamer and he streams all those type of games that you might like to watch. So go follow him. You have any shout outs you want to give out, T, before we leave? Shout out to the guy who gave you a black eye, man. Not like in a good way, but
it
man,
wasn't
how
good. I
long does it
mean,
usually take? How long does it usually take you to heal when you do get like a black eye injury?
I
Because
hear
like I
like
can't even tell right now too much.
yeah, it's gone.
So do you have to
That's what
ice
it
it
is.
and all that? Do you have to put stuff on it? No.
Mm. Nope.
Well, luckily you don't have a regular job. Cause just imagine you have a normal job and you coming in, they're gonna be like, so your wife hit you? You got into it with your wife? You forgot it was her birthday? You like, nah, I'm an MMA fighter. See what
Yeah,
happened?
I would probably get those. I would probably get those
I'm
type
an
of
MMA
questions. Like,
fighter. They be like, nah, you ain't gotta say you an MMA fighter. We know you forgot her birthday and she hit you with a good one, and you just nah.
nah, shout out, of course, my family and my team, Peace Sprat Muay Thai, Rodrigo Pinero, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, my folks out in St. Louis, Virginia, um, yeah, man, my brothers and sisters in the that have served and are continuing to serve in the armed forces through all branches. Um, oh yeah, shout out to my flight brother, um, Lee Harder. He was actually one of the probably one, like the first 5 people that were that were that crossed over from the Air Force to the Space Force. So I shout out to him. And just shout out to everybody that tunes in weekly. That engages with us on a daily basis. Man, shout out to y'all for real.
And we want to give a special shout out to the people who follow us on Instagram. You cannot do this without you. We love you guys. We had hit our what was it? We had hit our 30 followers on YouTube. So shout out to the YouTube followers because that's where we mostly going live. Our 30 followers on YouTube. And we have 70 followers on Instagram. We cannot do this without you. Like we said, keep following us for updates. Any topics you want us to talk about that you feel like we haven't talked about, let us know. That's what Will You Ask us about. Well, you asked. You asked us a topic and we would definitely talk about it. No matter how sensitive you think it is, how crazy you think it is, even if we don't even know the answer, we would try to find the answer. If you ask us what volcano is going to be up next, we'll find the answer. We'll talk about it. But just whatever it is, just let us know. We definitely will talk about it because this podcast is for you. It's for all of us to have that open conversation. And D, have a good night. Make sure that the lady is happy so you can be back with us on Wednesday. You will catch us, all 3 of us, live on Wednesday. I know I missed last Wednesday, but all 3 of us are going to be live to ask questions. And we'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Peace.